love it when I turn up the bass.
We are live. Yeah.
Oh, we've got to
Covered in
start with a
piss.
swear word
Leave
this time.
Hey,
Hello.
what's on the money as well?
Wow.
9 o'clock.
Do you know?
Hey,
What, we were early. On time.
we were spot on time.
Oh, Rams, you know. Hey, look at that.
Cool.
Seriously, you ran with that title. Ugh.
Well, it seemed apt, man.
It's definitely British.
But I mean, I ask you. Right. Oh, hang on. Look at that.
Yeah, maybe. Oh.
There you go. I mean, come on. It's like, if that ain't a meme waiting to happen, you know? You know,
It's
Like an NM fucking manatee.
are you,
Should put helium in it. Might have put it off.
what? I mean, well,
himself and it's filled up.
I've just got that many questions on, like, but why?
It makes him look slimmer in the body, though, doesn't it?
Ah. Yeah, I think you should have gone with stripes instead, mate, really.
It looks like a fucked up jigsaw piece.
Yeah.
Do you know what, though? With all of his
Yeah.
satanic, you know, all of his satanic shit, if you squint your eyes and look at it, right, and maybe put it into a negative view, you can see almost like a devil's face. You know
No,
what I mean?
all I see
You've
is
got
a
the
jigsaw
two
piece
eyes,
now.
and then the cheeks, and then the philtrum.
He's definitely
Maybe
going
it's meant to be a mask of
Man,
Darth Vader mask.
I'll tell you what. I think we need to borrow Flux's glasses here, because I don't know what the fuck he's looking at.
It's kaleidoscope.
Yeah, he's definitely got a nappy on because there's no way he'd be able to get out of that before he fucking chateau pissed himself.
Don't talk about books like that.
Oh, but
To be honest with you, man,
Go on.
I owe him a tenner. I fucking bet him he wouldn't. He said he will. I said he won't. He fucking has. So I owe you a tenner, Sam. It's in post, love.
is that just blown up, or is it like fabric in there, you know what I mean?
It'll be air.
What the fuck?
It can't be blown up. There's too many,
Yeah.
Nah. I mean,
Loose
what-
areas, tight areas, yeah, it's blown up.
Nah.
Man,
It's got
I
to
mean,
be fucking foam or something, ain't it?
at what point did he get to the fashion designer? Make me look like an absolute cunt. And they went, I've got just the thing. Here, I'll wear this.
Yeah, he's forgotten his gimp mask.
Get him
Okay.
his Darth Vader tent.
It'll make you look like you fucking farted in a gimp suit. That's just the look you ought to be going for.
When's it going to pop?
I-
There she blows.
Oh,
He went
man.
to Brit Awards. How the fuck did he manage to sit down at the table and eat his dinner like that?
See, these are the
Oh,
all
he sits down
questions.
there bending over, doesn't he?
It was a finger buffet, mate, supplied by Greg's. It was fine.
I bet he got
Once
nervous
he
by
had
water.
hot chocolate, it were alright.
No, he doesn't get nervous down water being a manatee.
No, I mean, just think, right? With all that shit on, yeah. If he fell in the water, he wouldn't be able to right himself, would he? If he fell face down.
Oh.
Well, hopefully it tip him upside down, and yeah, he's got
Yeah,
nowhere
hey.
to go then.
His legs are more buoyant than the fucking top gotta be. So he's just
Yeah,
gonna be bobbing
might
around
well
like a
be
cork
well, he's
upside
not.
down.
That's
Oh, I wonder if you
Even
could
the
like walk past him with a fag and pop him and see him fly out the fucking window.
Well,
Need
you
a cigarette
can't-
for that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't call them that any longer.
Oh, sorry, I was mixing these fags with me fags.
We're awake.
Oh, yeah.
No.
How long do we last, lads? That was
On
5
the door.
minutes.
Yeah, we've done well. Still good.
Evening, Deadly.
But yeah, can we get rid of that picture? Yeah, I think we've
Oh,
all
please.
been scarred boys long enough, eh? What do you
But
reckon,
the
Callum?
insanity, it's. I mean, we spoke about it the other night, but to bring it up again, literally to bring it up again, Lady Gaga on stage with having the young girl sticking her fingers down her throat, throwing up over her on
Yes.
stage while she's playing the bloody drums.
Yeah, I felt that like, what the fuck?
What?
How much would you have to pay to be sick all over her then?
I don't know, but I mean, I'm betting that fucking Lady Gaga told that, look, you're having fuck all to eat for 2 days, you're drinking water, and that's it. If I get any fucking carrots, we're both throwing up here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And here's a bit of-
There might have been a water coming back, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
All
gonna
that-
be, it's
that'll
gonna be
right.
game over.
Yeah,
if I
carrots,
smell any
fuck
bile, you're out.
You know what I mean? It might deaden the fucking drumstick, hadn't he? Oh, fucking hell. Splattering a fucking carrot. Anyway. Yeah, where have we got to? I mean, back in your day in the fucking music area when Beethoven was great. Fucking.
Yeah, men wore wigs. Problem.
See, that's where it all stemmed from, isn't it?
Yeah.
You should be able to fucking, you know.
It's taken me
negotiate.
this long to grow it.
Oh, dear.
He can only compose through his left ear.
Pardon?
Come again.
What's that?
Huh?
3:15.
That's what I thought. So, I mean, what was this at? The Brit Awards?
The Brit
Yes.
Awards.
I mean,
What do they do with the Brit Awards? What awards do they give away then?
I don't know,
Keep
shit
their
ones.
soap into it and things like that.
Oh,
No.
so it ain't best fancy dress.
I
Oh,
don't know.
No.
Don't they
it's not.
usually
Is it not-
Coronation Street wins, doesn't it?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
let's have it right. If it was a fancy dress thing, or he gets extra points for dressing like a dick, fucking, then you can understand that why he'd be wearing something like that. But I mean, if it's just like going out, few bevies, bit of finger food, you know what I
Well,
mean?
with everything that's been going on, do you think the Chinese might have paid him?
Yeah.
In the whole world, there must be 3 people that reckon that looks good on him. And that'll be himself, the bloke who invented it.
And his mum.
'Cause everyone else would go, you look like a cunt, son.
Don't forget the fetishists.
I thought you was going to say himself, the bloke who designed it, and the bloke in the
And the
mirror.
reflection. Yeah, exactly what I thought I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But let's not let this insanity give us a warped sense of reality, which I almost fell for earlier on today. I've seen a few pictures online of, I don't know how you pronounce his last name, John Cena, the big, muscly.
Oh,
is
yeah.
it John
Yeah,
Cena?
John Cena.
Right,
Jabba.
Cena. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, anyway, today there's been loads of photographs of him photographed rocking thigh-high stockings, high heels, anklet boots, a halter top, and a pleated tartan-style school miniskirt dress.
What,
And I'm
lose a
like,
bet or something?
hang on. I'm like, no. Thank fuck, and I breathed a sigh of relief. What these cunts aren't telling us, it only takes a 2-second Google search, is that he's doing all of these photos were taken on set
Yeah, in a film.
in a film,
Yeah.
where he's walking. Yeah. I was like, oh, thank fuck, sanity has returned.
What, you
So
thought
it's
John
not
Cena was going to
everywhere.
come out as the next fucking drag act?
Yeah, oh, mate, you know what I mean? I
Oh,
mean, because he has supported the LGBTQIABCD
Well, he
shit.
supports China as well. He sold out of them.
Yeah,
Funny
yeah.
dicks.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know whether he's a cunt or not, but certainly that part of him being a cunt didn't appear to be as much as a cunt as I thought.
Hey, money is money to some people. So.
It's a good job
That's
we ain't
not-
going for monetisation, ain't it? Because the right there is
thinking
a
that,
cunt.
Well, at least we like calling them a proper name now. We've come up with gobblewallers.
Mm. That were Rishi's dad, that wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Rishi's a gobblewaller.
I will not use compelled speech.
Oh, fucking hell. What's his face?
What's that?
Jordan.
Jordan B.
Mr.
Peterson.
Caldera?
Peterson.
Yeah, because that was Bill C-16 over in Canada, and he will call anybody to a degree what they want to be called, but he won't have anybody tell him that he has to. It's as simple as that. I can respect you and go, okay, helicopter, but the government telling you to say you must call them helicopter, no,
Yeah. Fuck
that's
that.
what he was against.
It's an overstretch of the government yet again, but
Yes,
and,
I
and
100%
they're
agree.
now introducing Bill C-11, I think, over in Canada, which is just one of the extra nails in the coffin of communism, Marxism, whatever, dictatorship, whatever you want to call it, over in Canada.
Fascism, yeah.
Yeah, fascism, indeed.
Well,
Canada.
globalism, actually, isn't it? It's a worse word.
I can't
Have
believe.
you not?
Oh, hang on.
Sorry,
Rez has just joined in.
I was just going to
Yeah,
say, I hope you're not paying him for full fucking hour.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, that's fucking docked 15 minutes, that is.
15, I was going to say 20 at least. Know what I mean?
C12.
Yeah, 15 minutes is the limit.
Now, all right, talking about the 15-minute things, did anybody see it was not Staffordshire? It's one council. They installed the ULEZ, but they call it the CAZ, traffic calming, monitoring, banning system. Guess how long it was up for? 1 day.
The-
Now then, if we look at that road street name in London that was changed from Black Boy Lane to La Rosa Lane, was it? Whatever.
Oh,
Now then,
not Gary
do-
Lineker Lane, no.
Do you remember how much that cost?
Ooh,
The
thousands.
Well, it was
Yeah.
100. It was. I think it was either 129,000 or
Fuck me.
179,000
What, to change the
Yeah.
name on the
Brilliant
street?
tunes.
Unbelievable.
on the street. They had to change the street post. They had to do the tarmac. They had to do the full lot, bloke. They couldn't just change the. Oh
I know.
no, they had to do. So, if that on its own cost that much, how much? I think it's Sheffield actually. Thinking about it. How much did Sheffield pay to have all the shit installed to have it up for
1 day.
1 day?
Oh, man, but it's just another fucking grift, ain't this?
No.
Good on the people that only lasted a day, though. Good on
It
them.
doesn't cost that much to change a sign and phone Google to change it on Google Maps or anything. So the question is what did they do with the money?
Well,
Oh, 100 grand to change a sign, that's ridiculous. But, you know what I mean? I bet he had a nice holiday. Oh. But, you know.
Allegedly. Whatever you do, don't mention the wall. Oh, God.
But yeah, councils, man, they just squander money left, right, and centre. Half the time they have to get rid of the money because if they don't, they don't get as much next year round and
they
shit
don't
like
get
that.
as much, indeed.
And
Yes.
they haven't asked anybody. How should we spend it? No. It's going to cost 100 grand for that sign over there. Wink, 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 wink. Oh, yeah, it is.
They're going to tie down something that's historical and they're going to put a contemporary work of art that everybody finds hideous in its place. Yeah, good one.
Oh, like that thing they stuck up in New York, was it? Where it looked like it was just people holding a big dog shit.
Yeah, or a penis.
was going to say, you saying that, you got the wastefulness. A few months back, you had Sussex Council kicking off. Not kicking off. They're promoting on Facebook, paying for these adverts on Facebook about how woke they are, that we'll just hire a load of Karens to do gender fucking advisement shite. The woke advisors. And they wouldn't say how much money they was wasting on all the other bollocks. And the next minute, they're going, oh, yeah, there was a car crash the other day because someone swerved to avoid a massive fucking pothole. And they smashed up their car properly. And then the council goes, oh, we haven't got the money to maintain the roads. It's because of the weather.
Yeah.
Climate change.
I mean, shut up, Free State.
No,
I've got a mate, right?
Oh, fuck off.
So we all know that already. I've got a mate who was working for a civil engineering subcontracting company in my area in Kent. And what he used to do is just ring up random friends and say, do us a favour, bloke, call up the council, tell them there's an ore spill on such and such a motorway at certain stretch of the A road, the B road. And their company then gets called out. And the first time I heard of it, I was like, you fucking what?
Oh, by the way,
so that's only one thing. That's only one thing that I heard. That must go on
Everywhere.
across the fucking board.
Oh, on the Money for Old Road.
Well, look at Doris. Since she's left office, she's earned £5 million, hasn't she, in advancements and speaking gigs.
Who want to listen to that fucking blowhard cunt?
Well, apparently the Middle East likes to listen to Tony Blair.
Oh, they'd pay a fucking whore to give up fucking sex. I don't like all this Middle Eastern money taking over everything.
Oh, so there's also this new move that the EU's pushing that you've got to get your biometrics, and if you want to visit the EU from a non-EU country, which is us now, you've got to give them your fingerprints, facial recognition, and pay for it as well.
Pay for it as well. That's almost as if they've been told by a dodgy company or a dodgy shady group of people, and that suddenly this dodgy shady group of people have finished meeting up in a mountain base and have told the minions to go off and implement these things across Europe.
That's why I always walk around with a permanent gurn on my face.
Gurn?
Oh, I thought that was because you just dropped a fucking tab.
Oh no, I made order a long stormy cheese so I can get some proper gurns in.
Well, I think this is going to reduce tourism. So, oh well.
That's the aim, isn't it?
Well,
I mean, you think about
our
it.
tourism comes in by the thousand on the southern coast every day.
Well, no, let's look at it that way. What Callum's just saying is
fucking hotel for.
if they're looking at shutting down on, if this is going to impact tourism, as long as we don't we will bring it in because the West told us to. But if Europe bring it in and we don't, that'll do quite well for our tourism. I mean, that'll be a good shout.
I'm sorry, I missed it. Bring what in?
Oh, the biometrics.
Oh, right.
They're bringing biometrics in through the back door, aren't they? By basically saying if you want to visit the EU, you've got to submit to biometrics and pay for it. Oh, digital ID, anyone?
I heard somebody, I think it could have been Haram talking about that somewhere else. In the other place that we can't mention. Yeah?
Yeah, well,
I think Haram mentioned it, that he had to do X, Y, and Z biometrics.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. In the EU, they've had biometrics for fucking... And anybody who's got a residency card has to supply the fingerprint and all the rest of the shit. Anyway. Right?
I'm fair, dude.
But now, they're saying anybody that comes from a non-EU country has also got to submit to their biometrics.
Is it DNA as well?
Right.
Well, it just says fingerprints and facial recognition.
Yeah, no, well.
Next, it'll be DNA, and then you'll have a clone.
And you have to do it every 3 years. Repay for it every 3 years.
Cash cow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've gotta-
Mate,
we've gotta defeat these arseholes.
mate, they don't need, forgive me, they don't need your DNA at the airport to, if cloning was the idea, they have it from the first time you go into hospital. If that was the idea, there's no need to go through all these extra steps for that.
And if people that sign up to these ancestry and all that.
Yeah, it's huge. And do you know what? There was that legal argument a couple of years ago, wasn't there, about ancestry and how the FBI were accessing their records?
Yeah, well, Google done their own warning, and that was the same deal. Basically, people are giving Google the DNA, which obviously everybody knows Google wouldn't do anything nefarious with it, like, sell it.
No.
You know what I mean? That wouldn't be the case. But, I mean...
What's up with you? You don't trust them?
Oh, yeah, as far as I can throw them.
Do I trust a stranger? No.
Well, yeah.
Especially a corporation.
But here's the thing. What is it going to...
In Mark Zuckerberg's own words when he was setting up Facebook in college, he said, for some unknown reason, these dumb fucks trust me and they're giving me their email addresses.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Your fingerprints don't change. Yeah, okay, your face could change, but your fingerprints don't change. But every 3 years, you've got to submit your fingerprints and facial recognition again and pay for it.
As I said, cash cow. They're just
That's
making
all
money
it
off
is. It's a cash cow, but also getting you on their database.
I got fingerprints to open my phone, and sometimes it thinks I'm dead.
One of these days, you'll burn your thumb or your finger, and you'll not be able to open your phone.
Do you know what? I was talking about that. I saw a I don't know how true this is. However, you can be compelled by a police officer. Apparently, I don't know if this is America or England as well. If the security measure is your facial ID or your thumb, one of your fingers, then that can be used to open your phone. However, under law, you can't be compelled to provide the password for your phone. So that's one very good reason.
No, they can't. That comes under the right to remain silent.
And so,
if you're using Face ID or thumb or whatever, if you're doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing, a lot of these people are switching it off because it's obviously plain they don't need your permission. Because all they've got to do is hold phone to your face, and Bob's your uncle, it happens. So they are technically, in one sense, they aren't broken law. So there you go. That's why they're getting away with it.
yeah. All right. I don't know if that's format that's just dropped into the server count.
Come on.
I don't know, man.
But you could also in Europe get a load of this. Since Brexit, apparently, we haven't got enough people watching the border and checking goods that are coming in. And in Africa, swine flu is at an epidemic, and certain parts of EU.
They always started in Africa, though, don't they? Because nobody goes around parts of Africa. Remember when they said that they had the highest start of SARS or the Omicron, as they remember them bringing it out, and the fucking African bloke, we don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Well, whatever happened to Ebola? Because that was just before the pandemic.
Hang on. Cal, finish your story.
Okay.
So, swine flu's in Europe now, and nobody's actually checking properly, especially in this country, because yet again we've cut our labs and things by 50% to save money. And so be very careful. And apparently, on the increase is fake food. Yeah. And it's
So-
worth 700
Go on, sorry.
million pounds in the UK. And they said that's just, it's not very big in the UK. So if it's worth 700 million pounds in the UK, how much is it worth in Europe? How much are these gangsters and that? It sounds to me that drugs aren't the thing nowadays. For them, it's food, fake food.
Stop
How'd you
kind of
get fake
McDonald's.
food?
Fake food
McDonald's,
is
that's
declaring
fake.
something, like horse meat or something's beef and stuff like that. That's
Oh.
That's what it said in the article.
So, like McDonald's.
Yeah.
No, this is more
Allegedly.
like when you go to a kebab shop and order a fucking lamb kebab and it's fucking mutton and shit like that, or you go and order fucking sausages, like beef sausages, it turns out to be fucking horse. Basically, Tesco value kebab shop or Chinese or Indian.
All saying
And
that.
if it's a kebab shop, it might be a child. You know what they're like. They're cunts. They got previous for it.
But like,
Not all of them,
and
no
not
way.
only that, they actually caught, get a load of this, vans driving pork without any fan or any cooler going through the vans. They had fridges, but they weren't working. And guess where it was headed?
England.
Yes.
Cunts.
Think about that one. And this was destined for businesses in England. They had addresses for businesses in England. So you think about what the thing that gets me is our government's giving billions away, but yet not spending it where it should be, protecting our lives by stopping this dodgy practice. But let's give it to a war that shouldn't be a war. You know what I mean?
A proxy war.
Yeah.
On behalf of the Americans.
Yeah.
For them to set up what Russia tried to do in Cuba. But the other way around. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, why doesn't anybody ever go, well, hang on, right? The Yanks don't like it when they fucking done it in Cuba. They got all shouty about it. So wouldn't you expect the Russians to get a bit shouty about it when they consider the Yanks doing it? It's only fair, isn't it?
You far-right conspiracy theorists. I mean, that's like saying when the Russians fly around the North Sea or take a fucking ship around the North Sea, it's saber rattling. But when we have tank training exercises about 50 miles from the Russian border in Poland, then it's just training exercises. They're not there to intimidate.
Yeah, and also, it was Trump, really, that, for me, banged on and on and on, because I'd completely forgotten about it. I'd heard of it, but I'd forgotten the Minsk Agreement and the Donbass, rather.
Donbass. Good.
Yeah, you know.
All
And
got the Maidan. They're all right.
yeah,
Well, we
When
know
was-
the history of it, and yet our government jumped straight into bed with Nazis. Great stuff.
I mean, you know, David Curtin from the Heritage Party, he brought that up on live TV, and actually, I quoted you, Trump, in one of my responses. He said, yeah, my mate Trump said the same thing. The sane amongst us have been banging on about the Donbass and Minsk Agreement for fucking years. Fair play, Dave. Fair play, you, David. And that was on it was either Talk TV or LBC, and there was 4 or 5 of them on the panel.
Yeah, there's two. By the way, if there's any viewers out there that haven't seen them, Oliver Stone, who did 4th of July and all that, he brought out 2 documentaries on Ukraine. One's called Ukraine on Fire, and I think the other one's, well, there's another Ukraine one anyway. There's 2 that he did, and they are fascinating to watch. And you can watch it with very even spectacles until you start hearing all the crap that comes out. That Maidan was just a putsch by the West. They had a democratically voted in fucking president at the time. Maidan changed all that. And in that Oliver Stone video, the things that they say who could have implemented it, what actually happened, and there was even, right, I won't go, allegedly, 100 was mentioned as the casualty figure it'd have to have been. Now, these are just things I've seen in the documentary, but there is ex-Ukrainian ministers there. They even talk to Putin. They even talk to Putin.
I
It's well worth
haven't
watching.
seen the video. I haven't seen any of these videos. But as soon as you went Minsk agreement, Donbass, all I had to do was go, that does ring a few bells, and then search online. And I went, oh, yeah. NATO expansionism, there we are, done. End of story. It's not hard. Well, in my very simplistic understanding of geopolitics.
Well, there was even a rumour that millions of people around the fucking world want to join Russia to fight NATO. Well, there you go.
NATO's supposed to be a force for good, but from where I'm sat, it's never been a force for good.
No.
It drags us into wars that we should have never been dragged into. I mean, let's face
we've
it,
already
we don't
got the
need
United
dragged into
Nations that do that for us.
Yeah, we've got politicians that keep doing that. You know, we don't need any extra wars to get dragged in. Oh, and by the way, to all the politicians, if you ever do get to hear this, is we haven't got an army, you fucking fuckwits. All we've got is a militia, thanks to you fuckwits wasting money instead of building us armed forces. Oh, that's right. Nobody wants to fight for you because you're a bunch of arseholes. And you want instead of governing us, you're trying to rule us. Man, forget the try, you are. But you will get a pushback. You think those British will take it for so long?
Yes, Callow, you know all about it, they are.
Employing functionally illiterate police officers, you bunch of fucking wankers.
It's not.
Fuck off.
The fact of the matter is, if you take a look at what's going off with police force, in a bit, I think we're going to find there's going to be a lot of coppers arrested for fiddling and raping and stuff like that. And this isn't just somebody. I ain't got tinfoil hat on. They're actually doing this. They started with Met, and I reckon eventually it will spread out because coppers, to get into the job, they start at the Met because nobody else wants to take them. You know what I mean?
What's
all
it
the other police forces are.
Was it the Met superintendent that came out with the figure of how many Met police officers were up in court it was either per week or per month? And it was an alarming figure. Alarming.
Right. Well, that's just the Met. Think about the rest.
Yeah.
How many does it take to fit a light bulb? 300 of them. One to hold the light and 400 to move the room round and round.
Well, police abuse and powers exposes some. Keeps naming cops from my area.
Are you trying to say that the police aren't there to do the best for you?
Well, you got to remember there's going to be a lot of false claims out there, so there is.
Yeah,
that
shout out to anybody that doesn't know him. Police abusing powers on YouTube. Good guy. Good work.
Well, it's always good to see coppers being out. But I wonder why it takes so fucking long.
Yeah. Just
you know what I mean? They cover each other's backs until the certain point, and then when one of them's got to that point where they know they're fucked, then they spill the beans on the rest of the cunts that was in on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try and get themselves a plea deal. But, I mean, what the fuck, man? You can't... The police are not a police force, you know what I mean? They're watchmen back in the day. They've gone back to being watchmen again. Reactionary, not pro-action.
Yeah.
And they very rarely are there to do you any fucking favours at all.
No, mainly to issue fines.
Yeah, revenue collectors.
They don't
Yeah.
even react when there's been a crime. You ring them up and say, yeah, I'm getting beat up. This guy got an abs to stab me. Yeah, well, if you're dead, give us a call back, yeah?
Well, after
We'll just let
no,
it.
no,
Which is why
that's the thing, though, right? That would go. Yeah, but has he actually stabbed you yet? No.
Yeah.
Well, when he has, phone us back and we'll be able to do something. But in the meantime, I'll log it that you've called.
No, it's all right. He's already dead. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
no, which is why I don't understand. Somebody that I don't know, mate of mine, rang the police about 5 years ago about something. Then had to ring them last week about something. They rang him the next day. He said, bloody hell, that's quick. They said, we're ringing you up about the thing from 5 years ago. It's like, oh, well, fuck me. Right. So, a couple of weeks ago, something happened out the back of my place, and so I had to get on the phone to 999 whilst I was wandering down. Next thing I know, I'm getting calls from the old bill on withheld numbers. And I don't know why. Because, as far as I was aware, it was just some... Now, there were 3 coppers out the back, and an ambulance, and a single lady. No, it was a single lady, 3 coppers, and an ambulance.
Maybe they were robbing her.
This is what's sort of like going through my head. Why the fuck are the police getting back in contact with me over something that is
Where they were, well, there.
where the police were?
Mm.
Did they know
Yeah,
that there was there, though, did they?
They just wanted to probe. He said, did he actually see us beating the fuck out of
Yeah,
him or
yeah.
what?
Did you see us taking her money off
Could be, yeah, because I didn't.
Well, there you go, you see. If
her? They
you
only
hadn't
got the ambulance in case she was dangerous.
And I even said to the person that rang, I was like, look, I know you're probably not going to tell me anyway, but I'm going to have to ask. Is the lady okay? She says, oh, yeah, she's perfectly fine. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Hang on a second.
She didn't have so much bruising with the uppercut.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, it's like one in times gone by, you trusted the police.
Mm.
Now you see them run away.
Yeah, and then they wonder why people don't want to talk to them, or they're a little bit standoff against them. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, the only advice I can give you is don't talk to a copper unless you've got to.
Hey, lawyers tell you that.
Yeah, I've already told a copper, no. You wanted to stop and talk to us? No.
Can I have a word with you? Yeah, here's a word. No.
I said, fair enough. I continued walking.
Hey, was he not sort of canvassing for the Tory party?
He was inquiring about somebody that lived in the area because
No.
basically it disappeared. I got the story later because I asked my neighbour because, you know, the police went to my neighbours.
Look, as the story goes, you see, not many people may know, but Caldera loves riding his push bike. And it transpired that the person they were looking for was wearing lycra pushing a push bike. No. Just no.
Yeah, Caldera doesn't wear lycra.
Oh, he doesn't go full leathered up.
No, a
Why
tracksuit.
not?
Fucking hell,
Hey,
is this
you're
where we got
talking
to?
Hey, you're talking to a mountain champion here, a Northeast legend.
Oh. So where do we go then? We've got a militia for an army. We've got the most wokest fucking adverts to fucking try and recruit people into the army.
Treacherous scum leading us.
Really isn't going to recruit anybody.
We've got rainbow zebra
Zebra crossings.
zebra crossings that horses won't go over, and I can't fucking blame them. Well,
Well, the
you know
bigoted,
what I
aren't
mean?
they?
Yeah. Racist, because they come from the countryside, you see, and the countryside is, as we know, we've been told it's racist.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a doctor. I don't know where I seen it, but that white Christian doctor told that, paraphrasing, I suppose, but basically she was told that white people will never be able to understand racism, and Christianity is the reason of racism, or something along them lines.
Responsible for
For racism.
because it's European.
I'm like, hang on a minute.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's being taught within the NHS, and that is not only being taught. Let me rephrase: it's being enforced as NHS policy within the NHS.
Racism, basically. Our NHS are now
And
racist.
This blonde-haired lady, she's been interviewed all over the show over the past perhaps year. Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect to hear any more about it, but all I've heard in the last couple of weeks is the same stuff that I heard back then.
Yeah.
There hasn't seemed to be any
Aggression.
move. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well,
But that
you've got the
phrase, that,
church itself that are trying to go non-binary and not say our Father or something. What the fuck? I tell you what, I don't know who's taken over the church, but it seems to me that Satan has.
oh, it don't seem good. But the phrase that they used, right? If you was to change it from white to black and Christianity to voodoo, right? How long would it be before there'd be an outcry?
Oh, well, there'd be riots and peaceful burnings and stuff, wouldn't there?
Well, I'll be waiting for Ram to do a didn't do nothing session on it.
Yeah.
I mean, last few years have been nothing but attack on whitey. Your ancestors. How do you know about my ancestors? You don't even know me, so how can you say my ancestors? You know, my ancestors came from Ireland. Excuse me?
Yeah, a minority,
Yeah.
no less.
Yeah. And not only that, they were used like slaves. They were starved half to death. You know,
Wow,
I mean,
some of
that
my-
were
some of my-
ancestors, but yet I am privileged, white,
How?
normal guy, not a cis guy. Fuck your cis shit. I'm a normal white guy.
I don't know about normal.
Likes having sex with normal women.
No, there we go too far. You're a
Oh,
midget.
you old-fashioned man.
Well, look at Cornwall. There's several families that lost a lot of people to the Barbary pirates.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's another thing they forget, don't you? That the fact of history, when the history's there and it's printed in front of it, but it was wrote by a white man.
That's why they're trying to reinvent it, isn't it?
Yeah.
The first slaves came from Africa and were sold by Africans.
Yeah.
The Romans were black.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't like to point out the part that they was sold by other Africans.
Yeah. And the fact that Muslims used to come to this shore, kidnap people off the towns that were in the area, close to seas, and then use them as ransom against the government or the crown at the time, if you want to call it that.
Fucking hell. I bet loads of husbands back in the day was like, oh, thank fuck they've had her. It was going to cost me a fortune in divorce.
But
You know what I mean? I'd have lost half of everything.
It weren't just women, weren't it, that they fucking nicked? It were men that they turned into slaves to do the work. And then the high class men, they used to barter for ransom.
Right. there hasn't been a race, creed, colour, or anything that hasn't at some point, way back in the day, been a part of slavery. Owning them, selling them, buying them, whatever. I mean, it's just something that every country's fucking done. And the thing is, right, they keep on going on about, you know, oh, it's the white man that's fucking the most racist. We fucking put an end to fucking slavery. But you don't hear them going on about, you know, Yemen, where there's still open slave houses. You know what I mean? Let's not mention, you know,
other white people and people of colour.
Yeah, let's not mention all the like slavery that's going on like right now, and it isn't necessarily by white people.
Yeah, that place where they just had World Cup. The slavery that went into building their football grounds.
Qatar.
Yeah. And it was shown.
Yeah.
They actually filmed it.
Funny, isn't it? All the virtue signalling celebrities that earned a fortune going over there. Mazes, the virtue signalling, and then they're doing that in a country like that. They just boil my piss.
Just look at the slavery that goes on here by the grooming gangs. They're enslaving our girls.
That's out of order. But on the whole, slavery gets shit done. Look at the fucking pyramids.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, but
look at
here's
most
the
of the
thing.
railways.
Hang on. Here's the thing. Most slaves were treated with respect and got good food. It was none of like the if you look into it, they actually proved that a lot of these so-called slaves that built the pyramids weren't actually slaves. Yeah.
Interesting comment in comments, by strange coincidence, from Odd Socks saying that your national insurance number is your slave number.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But without your national insurance number, you can't do no.
You know, its number.
But then again, stating that there you go, there's proof. Without your national insurance number, you can't be a slave.
Well, as soon as you're registered, you're a slave, are you?
Yeah. Well, you think about it. The minute your parents register you at birth, then the government borrows money on the back of you paying it back.
Yeah. It's all just a fucking scammy, you know what I mean?
Violates.
But here's the thing. You know, this country isn't in debt. But to the politicians and everybody, we are. But
We're owed more, aren't we?
If we listen to the politicians, you know, it's what is it, in 7 years' time now? We're all going to burn to death, you know?
Oh, really?
Well, they have it their way. We will.
Mate, for the last fucking 40 years, they've been telling me every 10 years global warming's going to kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
all the
what I mean?
ice age,
I'm still waiting.
all the ozone layer.
All the acid rain.
I mean, it's a bit like fucking Notre Dame's. Yeah, he got a few things right, but the majority hit the bed. You know what I mean?
To tap you on and throw you in the deep end.
The thing that gets me is when I look at it and I watch some of this stuff and I listen to both arguments of the global warming thing. And the thing that gets me, it's been proven, this guy was took to court with the hockey stick. It is fake. It's not real. Some pilot thought it'd be a great idea to set up something on a computer and then chuck shit at it, and shit then came out other end and said this. But these idiots are still going at it. They're still using it. They're still showing this is what's going to happen. This is what will happen if we don't go zero carbon neutral, which is impossible. We can argue that. I'd really love to get one of these so-called climate scientists that believes that everything's gonna come to an end if we don't go carbon neutral in the next 10 years or whatever, on here and asking questions, and let's see and get him to prove his evidence. Because the minute you start questioning, they'll either call you, or jump on you and say, well, you're a climate denier. You know what I mean? No.
Yeah, they'll call it you're a name.
Here. But
Yeah.
that's going to get worse and temperature's going to rise and this, that, other, where the proof at the moment is showing that temperature ain't rising, temperatures are dropping.
And the carbon levels is too low for what we actually need.
Ethan, did you mention your Dan Penner
Good
video?
idea, you wankers.
I'm sorry, Flux.
Ethan, did you mention your Dan Penner video about bullshit? The prospectus, global warming. Okay. Well, there's this.
Sorry.
There's this guy called Dan Penner or Pena, and it's called Bullshit with Dan, and he's an old guy. He's made obviously so much money that he does anyway. And one of his speeches, it's from many years ago. He says, if you've said all of this anyway, I thought this might have been an extension of where we kick-started off, so forgive me. Where he says, look at any perspective, any property on California from Lloyd's Bank, it will not say this property is only going to last 10 years or 20 years, because it doesn't. And so therefore, the sea level is not going to rise. End of story. Shut the fuck up.
Yes, I remember now, Flux. Sorry. Yes, I do remember.
That's okay, mate. No, I
yes.
wasn't putting on the spot because I know I've watched Dan for years. He's a good guy, I think.
Patrick Moore, not Sir Patrick Moore, Patrick Moore, the guy that set up the Greenpeace.
Yeah, 100%.
He has proven that it's all bull, and the only reason why Greenpeace, that's why he left, because he saw the direction, because they're chasing the money. That's all they're doing, is chasing the money. And he's
David
proven
Bellamy got off the
shadow of a doubt that this global warming stuff is a load of hoax. But it's another form of control. They're pushing it and pushing it. I mean, it's like they say, right, we'll keep on lying, we'll keep pushing lies, vaguely, people think it's true. And it's like, forget 10 people in a room. Probably at the moment, I'd say about 7 on them who believe it. There's only about 3 on them that think have said, nah, if we've got global warming like they say we have, why are we still having winters? There shouldn't be any winters.
Well, I've seen a fucking clip or something, and there was this village, and it's right on the coast, and the majority of the houses there are having to be, they're selling their houses, but you can only buy an house there if you buy it cash, because you can't get a loan or a mortgage on any of the houses now in this village because of climate change, and they reckon that the sea level's going to rise, and if it rises, it's going to take out the entirety of the village. So this has serious complications for fucking people on the ground. Most of these people can't sell their houses because nobody can buy them.
Well, look at all the billionaires. Where are they buying property? Beachfront. It's a load of bollocks.
One of the things that we all as humans do is just think about in very small time scales. We're going to be here. Humans have only been here for this much anyway, and there's already this much that's already been happened and going. It's illogical, completely illogical to think that what we are currently doing has got any impact upon the long-term effects of the climate on the Earth. It's fucking bonkers. No, even then, long term. No, you're thinking small scale. You're thinking your lifetime, my lifetime.
Yeah.
It's bollocks.
You know how we were talking about volcanoes?
Fucking bollocks.
All this into air when they go off.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, the ones that pump out the most CO2 are the ones under the sea.
And they build islands.
Right. But they pump out the most. So
Who do?
the ones under the sea, the ones under the oceans pump more out than
Volcanoes
the ones that
under the
are
ocean.
active above.
Yeah.
Organisms.
No, the volcanoes.
Oh, volcanoes.
Volcanoes.
Sorry.
The volcanoes that are under the sea, obviously, when they pump it out, it leaks out in a bubble, comes up, and they've proven this, that they're the ones that are kicking more out than these volcanoes. And I think he said over a year span, the amount that they kick out is something like what the humans have from this century to that century have kicked out. And we've had the revolution where we were burning coal at an extraordinary rate, where it was, if you like, smog and things like that.
Yeah.
And this is 1 year's worth of volcanoes. So how the hell can our little bit change any of this? It can't.
It
And
doesn't.
plus, you'd see all the animals, all the birds, or everything panicking.
The only thing that climate change changes the amount of wealth people will have.
Yeah.
The world does not change.
Very
The
well
world
put.
does not change.
Yeah.
Only in its cycle.
Mm.
And if they get away with these cities, 15-minute cities and whatnot, be quite honest, shame on the British people. And I'll say this, those people that don't stand up this time, you are shitting on the
But what
deck.
do you mean? But what do you mean by okay? And I'm not trying to put you on a spot. I'd just like to understand by what you mean by not putting up with. So let's just say that it put it back to me. If my local borough council put out a consultation for all of these bollards everywhere, I'd obviously say no.
Yeah.
And it would go back and it may be ignored.
Yeah,
And then all the bollards and the shit gets put up. What do you
Whoever
expect?
makes a decision to
What
put
do I
these
expect
type
you
of
to do?
things up deserve locking up. Lock them up.
what do I
Yeah.
expect you to do? What I expect you to do is keep an eye on when they try and put these bollards, stand there and stop them. Go to the meetings. People that can actually go to the meetings, go to the meetings and say, no, if you do this, we will not pay our council tax. We are in charge, not you. You do as we tell you. If you don't like it, find a different job. And if you won't find a different job, I'll make you find a different job.
Or a
I'll
different
stand
country.
against you. I will do
I had the
this.
same conversation in this front room earlier.
Like, we have to just.
I
look,
said
we
the same
can't just keep bending over and taking this. All these people think they are.
I said the
It's
same
fine.
thing, my friend. Yeah, perfect.
They
Identical.
know we don't have the numbers, so they
We
can do whatever
do.
the fuck they want.
What is up? I mean, if they started it where I lived, I will go knocking on doors and I try and find out what people are thinking. And then I'd be thinking, right, if these people are agreeing with this, how am I going to convince them it's bad for them?
Well, thankfully, we've seen in Oxford they don't agree with it. I think
Yeah.
Northampton they don't agree with it. Wherever
And
you were talking
Sheffield
about
now.
before doesn't
See,
seem
that's the
to.
thing. The
Yeah.
people, the vast majority,
Think
probably
Sheffield.
won't agree with it. So it ain't like you're going to have an uphill battle with a lot of them. Obviously, you're going to get your smug bubbles here and there, but you know what I mean?
Well, you got to
What can you
arrest the
do?
people that are suggesting this. That's what you got to do. You got to arrest them. Have them in court under your human rights. You got to have these bastards
Yeah.
in court.
An attempt of the breach of the collective's human rights, and you've got you have responsibility for the rights that you hold over those people, and if you abuse those,
Yep.
yeah, fucking right.
Have you not learnt anything, lads?
Yeah, no one cares.
You want to hold these cunts to fucking the
Yeah.
feet to the fire in their own
Yeah.
corrupt system.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck with that. I'd like to see you
Yeah.
get any one of these cunts into fucking court for any one of the misbreaches that they do in public office.
Yeah.
Fucking never going to happen. But,
Yeah. Again, if you lot paid me never to drink Stella again, I'd convince you this is water.
Oh, I don't
All
know. 5 callows.
It's water.
5 callows. 5 callows heading to the council offices. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't fancy their chances.
Well, you've got
Just
English
to listen.
bottle cap. Most people don't know anything about it. Do you know what English bottle cap? They don't. I was speaking to my wife about it, and she looked at me like I was going school dally. She's never heard about these 15-minute cities or all that were going
Yeah.
off or being trialled in Oxford. Nothing. And she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's stupid. It'll never work. That's stopping our rights." And I'm like, wow, she just woke up. She just realised.
No, she hasn't woken up. She's just made a snap decision and won't think about anything else and
Yeah.
just carry on.
Maybe she heard the ding, ding,
She
ding, ding,
hasn't
ding, ding,
woken up
ding.
at all, mate.
Yeah, she did. She woke up for about 3 seconds and then
Yeah, and then cracked on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cracked on like, I don't really care. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
when I reminded her that she'd have to catch the bus to work, well, no, they won't. They can't stop me driving my car. I went, oh, all right.
Oh, okay.
Listen to what I said to you.
Hey,
Yeah.
what car?
even if she has to catch the bus to work, she'll have to pay a higher price on the bus.
Well, the point of the matter is, no offence, where I live, when winter comes, you don't get a bus. Because the
Mm.
roads are too slippy for the buses, because they're like,
The wheels on the bus really does go round and round.
right. The point of the matter is, if we take this line down, because to be quite honest, I can't see any other country at the moment going as mad as this country.
Do you not
Well,
think,
look at
though, it's this
America.
permanent left-right shift of madness? We'll get it back.
We're
Madness. we'll get it-
listening to the lunatics. We
You
used
know.
to tell them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Well,
but
they
there's no
don't
left and
anymore.
right.
They listen to
Oh,
all
There's
of
one idiot that thinks he's got a good idea, and it happens to be a politician, and thinks it's great. People deserve the right to fresh air.
Yeah, here's the thing. though.
Really?
Fucking
What fresh air? What are you saving the planet for? Who are you saving it for? Because the way you're going, you're going to starve us all to death. You know, your mom. Without these gases that what plants need to live off, and which have been proven, if they've got plenty of CO2 or whatever you want to fucking call it, the planet's getting greener. It's getting better. We're getting cleaner air. And not only that, plants are using less water because they feed off that instead of trying to take it out the water. But, hey, I'm not a farmer. You know, I don't know how our crops grow.
right.
But, you know, scientists tell me this, and a botanist showed it me in a video, how it all works. You know what I mean?
If you
As long as it wasn't David Attenborough.
if you live in an echo chamber, right, and you're constantly surrounded by the same shit day in and day out, right, that then becomes the norm,
Yeah.
right? The problem is with that, although that's the norm to see, a lot of people go, oh, fuck this bollocks. Now, there's the fucking rub, because all the mainstream media push the same agenda, all the social media push the same fucking agenda. Anybody that like deviates too far gets hacked. You know what I mean? Fucked off, done, banned, whatever. So, is it that there's more of, you know what I mean, the Looney Tunes than there are the fucking normal people? Or is it that you just don't hear from the normal people because the fucking Looney Tunes are drowning them out?
Well, we've got rainbow fascism, haven't we? Where all the LGBT and transgender people who we used to tell to shut the fuck up, well, now they've all got a voice and are just taking advantage of it. Now you've got to wear this. If you don't wear this, we're going to try and cancel you. Well, hold on a minute. Didn't you just want gay marriage and that's oh, right. You see, when you open Pandora's box up and let the cunts out, you got to get them back in the fucking thing.
I mean, just look about that. Look at the fucking state. I mean, forgive me for anybody that is religious, but not really my bag, becoming more spiritual, but gender neutering God?
Oh God, I know they've destroyed it. It's like they're rewriting the fucking book. If that's the case, then
it's not the word of God.
Well,
Oh, hang on, because you had the Reformation. So it's technically not the word of God anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I the raw man
if they can
alive.
alter a Bible, they might as well just turn whatever they're preaching. Just it's not Christianity anymore.
Yeah,
No,
but hang
but
on,
how does the Lord's Prayer work?
Yeah, but now you're getting into the territory of Islam and the reasons why Islam won't reform their book, the Quran. You know what I mean?
I'd like to see.
If they change
What
it,
is
it's
the
no longer
first
the word
line
of
of
God.
the Lord's Prayer?
I don't know.
Oh, Father.
How
Boom.
are they?
Yeah, but that won't Jesus anyway, was it?
I'd love to be a fly on the wall in a
it's the
certain
Father, the
church.
Son, and the Holy
if the
Spirit. It's a
vicar had
Trinity. They're all
turned
one
around
and
and said that.
inseparable,
But like I said, the Lord's Prayer, that didn't come
according
from,
to Christianity.
it
Catholicism.
didn't come from Jesus, did it? He didn't stand there and say, right, this is the Lord's Prayer, you will say this. Because when you think about it, one thing Jesus didn't was create a church. He didn't create a church. He didn't say you have to go to church to pray to the Father.
No.
It was in open space. It was in a field or whatever, and he preached the word of God.
Did he not say thou you should? No, okay.
I should not worship graven images. And
No. I thought
fucking
something
straight
about.
away, you got a picture of fucking Jesus on a cross, a graven image in every church.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not criticising it. I'm really not, because that's not my point. I'm criticising what's happening to a religion that's based the values of our society for God knows how many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And yeah, we've had our problems, but fuck all like what we're going through now.
Well, when Christianity fucking bends to the will of fucking public opinion, it just shows you that it's just a scheme. Surely.
Yeah.
Like fucking most religions are. That was created by man to control man. That's my view on it. Fucking, but anyway, we have overshot our time period.
And you sound as though you need a fisherman's friend, my friend.
Fuck that. That tastes horrible, man.
Oh, I've never sucked a
right.
fisherman's friend.
All right, what about a Victory V?
What the fuck is wrong with you? I got my Cavonia, man. Fuck yeah. So, quiz night Wednesday. Yeah?
Indeed.
Get your brains
Right.
on.
Yeah, Ethan, send the answers through again, pal.
So, Wednesday, 9
Going
o'clock.
wrong when he did last time, you twat.
Man, come and join us in Discord.
Still lost the
people.
fucking
Link should be
page on
in
there, we?
description.
Yeah, well, links and everything in description, fucking all that good stuff.
If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't like it, leave us some thoughts. But please share. We need to get the message out there. Thank you very much.
Right. Any other broadcasting speech? No? Good. Sweet.
I'd like to thank my manager, my agent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
we, PayPal, links in description. Plenty of money, please. We're going to give some of it to some earthquake.
Care for Calais.
Yes. Yeah. Plenty of money our way. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I need plastic coating for my shoebox.
Are we done now? Are you sure?
Yeah, all right.
Oh,
Go.
so,
No, bless.
bye, people. See you
Right,
Wednesday,
night.
9 o'clock. Have fun and all that good stuff.
Arrivederci.